What is up, guys? It's your boy Blu-rayDave back with another video. Now, I think in the previous video I said that was gonna be like the final video for tonight. I didn't know what else to plan because I had nothing else going on in my mind. I mean, I still have a few ideas of videos to make, but they're just not gonna happen all at once tonight. So who knows how many videos I might make tonight? But as far as I'm concerned, this is the one I was thinking about. I've actually been thinking about talking about this one for a long time now. I'm pretty sure there's some debates going on, like different franchises, and people are competing, like which franchise is better. Well, guys, I'm here to tell you why Star Wars and the Marvel Cinematic Universe is better than The Hobbit Lord of the Rings. Now, guys, The Hobbit Lord of the Rings is just a piece of crap. It means nothing. It is not biblical. If you think it's biblical, you are so wrong on so many levels. According to George Lucas, he says there's something biblical about Star Wars, and that is very, very true. I mean, if you look at the Star Wars characters, you know, you could see what kind of roles they're taking, like from Bible characters. Sure, they don't mention anything about the Bible or God at all because maybe they don't know it yet. But more importantly, is our planet, Earth, like, in the Star Wars universe. Maybe Disney will explain that in a book or something, I don't know. But there is something biblical about Star Wars, and that is so 100% true, guys. And it's still doing great to this day. Plus, it's better than Star Trek, by the way. Let's not forget that. Star Trek is going down. Why do you think Star Wars works? Because it just does. That's another conversation we'll get onto soon after this one. I don't know when. Marvel Studios. It is so biblical, too, because I don't know if it's been confirmed by Kevin Feige, but you can tell there's a lot of Bible references that us Christians can find out. Even, I believe Captain America is a Christian himself. I'm sure he doesn't, like, mention it. I don't know if he wants to admit it, but I hope he does, because the Marvel Cinematic Universe focuses on, I guess, like, other things in life, I guess. I hope they don't bring in that stupid, disgusting group in there. I really hope they don't. The MCU is another one of my personal favorites. I hope Disney does not mess up. Well, I hope they don't, because they can't do that. If you know what I'm talking about, just give this video a like. Yes, you can relate to the MCU as well, because, you know, in the Avengers movie, Captain America says there's only one God, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't dress like that, because, yeah, God is not a Norse god. He is not a man. There are some drawings that still exist today that people believe that God is a man, but no, he's just like a big star in the sky, you know? And Captain America is so right. And, you know, Tony Stark, he gives a little church reference in Iron Man 3, like, come on, it's Christmas, take him to church. And I'm like, thank you. Actually, there was another Bible reference in the Avengers, like, Tony was asking Jarvis about the tale of Jonah. We don't know how that story went. Jonah was, like, eaten alive by a whale. But he survived, though. So, Jonah was a prophet. So, yeah, that's good. Even, like, Doctor Strange mentions, like a good reference from the Bible. They don't say the Bible verse, but you can tell, like, there was a message in Doctor Strange saying, like, you know how Doctor Strange and the Ancient One are having, like, a moment halfway through the film when the Ancient One almost dies. Like, she says, you know, like, they're talking about death and no one's ever ready to die. And then she's like, no one ever is. We don't get to choose our time. I mean, yes, that is very true, guys. I still don't like the Ancient One, though, but she gave out a very good point to it. If you can agree with me on that, still, give this video a like. You know, in Star Wars, I know the Jedi, like, guys, I love the Jedi, but their rules are just so stupid, okay? Like, okay, people can get jealous, but sometimes that doesn't mean you could go straight to the dark side. And you gotta have personal feelings for someone. Plus, why can't the Jedi even get married? Because if you want to have a next generation of Jedi, you gotta get married, okay? You can't just take random kids from their planets unless if their parents approve, or if the child is an orphan and they can't find their parents or their parents died, then you can take the child and train them to become the next future generation of the Jedi. I can see that. I know, I think, so I think in the comic books or chapter books, Luke, I think he gets married to Mara Jade, because I think Mara Jade was, like, an agent, or, like, an assassin of Darth Sidious, and she becomes, like, another important character in the Star Wars lore. So, maybe Luke got married around the time, maybe it's just part of Legends, because when you hear the word Legends, that means it's not canon to the Star Wars movies. But it gives a good storyline, though, when you think about it. But if Mara Jade does come into the movies, they might explain a little backstory with her and Luke. Maybe they had some sort of chemistry in the last 30 years. Or something like that. I don't know how they're going to play that off, though. But still, Disney, they can do anything, like... And guys, don't just think, oh, Disney doesn't know lightsabers, they just call them laser swords. No. I mean, from a bonus feature from Kathleen Kennedy in The Force Awakens, she said we all had to become students of Star Wars. We had to understand Star Wars. Like, we had to start all the way from the beginning, start from scratch. And that is so true, guys. That is very true. We have to be students of Star Wars. Sure, laser swords was part of George Lucas's original script for the very first Star Wars movie back in '77. But it didn't make to the final cut, I guess, but that was a good little reference from The Last Jedi, like Luke saying, like, laser sword. Like, yes, it's basically that, but you can still call them lightsabers today. And I think I know why Disney is taking a break from, like, the limb cutting, because, well, I don't know if other fans are getting tired of the limb cutting. I mean, Phase 2 of the MCU, every film made a lot of references to Star Wars. Everybody's limbs getting cut off. Well, not everybody, but you get what I'm talking about. Like, their limbs are just getting cut off, and I'm just like, yes, these are good Star Wars references. Yeah, I'm sure they'll get back to that, so don't be blaming Disney, okay, guys? They're still kid-friendly. They could show, like, you know, they can do that, whatnot. What other Bible references are in the MCU? Well, it was referenced in Infinity War, but I just don't want to talk about that one scene because I'm pretty sure Chris Pratt, I'm pretty sure he was struggling, I'm sure he's like, I don't want to say this, but, you know. And, guys, we all know that Chris Pratt's a Christian now, so I'm proud of that. So, there was another scene in the movie where, you know, with this fist, I'm pretty sure he did this, but I'm sure the animators or, like, the editors, they just put this finger up just so it'll look real. And I'm pretty sure Chris Pratt's like, okay, I'll do this, but, you know, I just don't like it. But like Lando says, I don't like it, I don't agree with it, but I can accept it. And of course the Jedi are the peacekeepers. Of course in Star Wars, like, okay, let's get back to, like, Jedi can't have, like, those personal feelings or whatnot. Like, Yoda is very true on this, and I think we should all relate to this. I know I'm still trying to work on it, but he says, like, attachment leads to jealousy. I mean, you have to take Yoda's words of wisdom, guys. Like, in The Phantom Menace, for example, he is telling Anakin, like, fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering. That's what Anakin had to go through in the last, like, original 6 films of Star Wars. But still, I think the Jedi ways need to change, because I think, Rey and Finn in Episode 9 could get married, they're going to have a child, they're going to train either him or her, or if they have 2 kids, if it's both the son and daughter, they're going to have to train them to become the next future generation of the Jedi. But as we saw an awesome cliffhanger in episode 8, we saw this boy. He used the Force. I don't know how he did it, but, you know, he's going to be the next generation of Jedi, as far as we all know, Star Wars fans. But yes, there are biblical connections in Star Wars and Marvel Studios, guys. Think about that for a sec. When you're watching The Hobbit Lord of the Rings, you need to think like, no, there's no connections. Because it's bothered me for years, guys. And plus, that franchise has already been ruined for me for the last, long time now. So I'm not going to get into that series anytime soon, because they've only had 6 movies, and gosh, I still hate them to this day, guys. And even when I'm watching the Thor films, I'm like, these are better than those stupid movies. Because the Thor franchise knows what they're doing. They're like, oh yeah, well guess what, other franchises, we're going to punch you in the face. Yep. That's what I like seeing. So guys, can we all agree that both Star Wars and Marvel Studios are better than The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings? Even my sister agrees. And plus, yeah, they're competitors anyways, because Star Wars and Marvel are a Disney franchise, and The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings are a Warner Brothers franchise. So, of course, those two are the same thing. The Hobbit movies are just prequels to Lord of the Rings, but still, I hate those movies so freaking much. Remember years back when I was talking about, like, people should get in trouble when they say they don't like Star Wars and Marvel? I mean, that's starting to start, I'm guessing, at my school, because I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, where, like, the tides have turned, and, because, you see, I don't care if I get in trouble for not liking The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, just as long as, you know, that, like, things have changed, you know, because, yeah, people should really get in trouble if they don't like Star Wars and Marvel. Like, if they say, like, oh, I hate it so much. I mean, I don't mind them saying, like, oh, I just don't like them as much. It's okay if you like them, because, you know, I can accept that. But when they go overboard, if they go crazy insane, yeah, that's when you guys need to come in and just say, wow, I can't believe you said that. Well, at least don't say this, okay, guys, because it'll be stupid. Don't be saying this. You guys don't like these franchises? You're not my friends anymore. I'm gonna find better friends than you. No. But like Markiplier said in his Respect video 2 years ago, like, you could still disagree with someone, but still respect them. Anyways, to make a long video short, that's all I want to talk about, guys. What do you think? Do you guys prefer Star Wars and Marvel over The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings? I definitely prefer Marvel and Star Wars, because I grew up with those for years. And I'm never gonna hate them, guys, because I love those franchises. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And yes, Star Wars and Marvel Studios is better. Yep. Actually, I think that's another video I'm going to be talking about tonight, like Wars versus Trek. I finally got to get onto that, guys. Alright. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, bye-bye. May the Lord be with you guys. Always love you guys. Peace out, guys.